Oh yeah. Hold. Left. Right. Three. And hold. Out. Ready. Left. Right. Hey. Forward. March. Hold. Order. Hold. Ready. Left. Fall out.
Please be seated. Good evening, and welcome to the 2026 commencement of the University of New Mexico Valencia campus. My name is Dr. Laura Musselwhite, Interim Chancellor and Dean of Instruction at UNM Valencia, and I welcome you all to this special occasion. This is the highlight of our academic year, and I thank everyone for joining us in honoring our newest graduates. At UNM Valencia, our mission is to transform the lives of our students and give them a foundation for the rest of their educational or employment journeys. You can see that today in our newest class of graduates. As we begin, please take a moment to make sure that phones are on silent for the duration of the ceremony. Upon completion of the ceremony, there is a reception in the Student Union building just north of here towards the center of campus. Now I would like to acknowledge our stage guests today. UNM Valencia Advisory Board President and Chair Paul Luna. Advisory Board Member Eloisa Tabbitt. Advisory Board Member Roberta Scott. And Advisory Board Member Christopher Williams. Ashley Cook, UNM Valencia alumna and attorney at Miller Stratford Law Office, our keynote speaker this evening. Armando Bustamante, Director of Enrollment Management and Student Success. Nathaniel Everett, our valedictorian and speaker this evening. Rick Gosshorn, Director of Business Operations. Dr. Andishe Dadashi, UNM Valencia Faculty Assembly President. And Dominique Rodriguez, Assistant Professor of Spanish. We have come together to celebrate a milestone in the lives of our graduates. Today, at two ceremonies at UNM Valencia, a total of 140 students are earning their degree or certificate. 69 students are receiving their high school equivalency credential, and 20 high school students will be receiving their degree or certificate from the college prior to receiving their high school diploma through our dual credit program. Let's give our graduates a round of applause for all of their accomplishments. Now, I would like to invite Paul Luna to the podium to introduce our commencement speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Musselwhite, and welcome, everybody. On behalf of the board, congratulations. We're proud of each and every one of you. And as we say, we hope this is only a beginning, right? That's the way it should be. Good luck to all of you. I have the honor and the privilege of introducing our speaker tonight. It is my honor and my pleasure to introduce Ashley J. Cook. Born and raised in Los Lunas, New Mexico, Ashley Cook is a passionate advocate for her clients as a trial attorney with Miller Stratford, PA. Ashley started her studies right here at UNM Valencia at 14 years old, and she obtained, you only look 14. She obtained her first associate's degree in general studies at 17, graduating as co-valedictorian of her class. She received her second associate's degree in general science the next semester. Ashley then went on to UNM main campus, where she earned her Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry in 2015 with highest honors. She then continued on at University of New Mexico School of Law, where she received her Juris Doctor with a certificate in Natural Resources and Environmental Law with highest honors in 2019. While in law school, Ashley served as the co-president for the Environmental Law Society, the article manuscript editor for the Natural Resources Journal, and an oralist for the UNM School of Law Hispanic National Bar Association Moot Court team. Also while in law school, she clerked for the United States Department of Justice, Office of International Affairs in Washington, D.C., where she assisted in high-profile extraditions and aided domestic and foreign governments with evidence gathering. Ashley has now been practicing as a trial attorney for almost 7 years and has most recently been named a 2025-26 Rising Star for her work as a defense attorney in civil and commercial litigation. Please join me in welcoming Ashley J. Cook.
Good evening, graduates, faculty, family, friends, and esteemed guests. Thank you for the honor of being here with you tonight. To the UNM Valencia class of 2026, congratulations. All those here in attendance tonight are proud of you and what you have accomplished, but the people here who should be most proud are you, the graduates. You made it, not just through assignments, examinations, and deadlines, but through everything life had to throw at you along the way. You made it through jobs, responsibilities, and setbacks, and continuing when it felt harder than stopping. And yet, here you are. I hope that that sense of pride and accomplishment you feel tonight follows you to whatever it is you do next. Being back here at UNMVC tonight feels a little bit like coming home for me. As you heard, I basically grew up here. My mom started taking classes here when I was 7 years old. She was a single mom, fresh out of a divorce. She got her associate's degree here, and then she continued on to main campus to get a master's of business administration. She's my hero, and she has been my inspiration for much of my education and my career. My mom always really stressed the importance of having an education and being able to take care of myself, which I might have taken a bit too seriously. As you heard earlier, I decided to start taking classes at 14 here at UNMVC. I spent the next several years here, and I received my first associate's degree at 17 and a second associate's degree from BC here at 18. I then moved to main campus, and I got a Bachelor of Science in Biochemistry at 20. I took a gap year and then returned to UNM to attend law school. I obtained my law license, and I have now been practicing as a trial attorney for almost 7 years. So far, the highlight of my career has been working on an issue that is currently being decided by the New Mexico Supreme Court based on briefing I did at the trial court level. So much of my story started right here at UNMVC, and I am so grateful for everything that it gave me. To all the faculty and staff that make UNMVC such a special place to be, I, and I'm sure the students, extend a heartfelt gratitude. Today, I'd like to talk to you about 2 lessons I've learned, which I mostly learned through doing a lot of the second one, which are say yes and fail often. Now, that might sound strange, especially telling you all to fail often. We're used to hearing about careful planning, avoiding mistakes, and playing it safe, and those things are important. But if you look closely at any meaningful journey, whether it's an education, a career, a relationship, or just personal growth, you'll find those 2 elements everywhere. People who said yes when it was uncomfortable, and people who have failed more times than they can count. Let's talk about saying yes. George Adair famously said, "Everything you've ever wanted is on the other side of fear." Let me tell you, I tell myself that a lot right before I say yes. Saying yes is not about agreeing to everything or overcommitting yourself. It's about being open to possibility and recognizing that opportunities rarely knock twice and almost never come wrapped in certainty. For me, probably my biggest say yes moment came during my senior year of undergraduate. I was only 2 semesters away from graduating. I was working full-time, and I was working on my Bachelor's of Science in Biochemistry. I had my whole life plan set out. I was going to finish my undergraduate degree, I was applying to PhD programs for biochemistry, and I planned to be a lab researcher on renewable energy. Well, if you all were listening earlier during the introduction, spoiler alert, I did not become a lab researcher for renewable energy. Instead, I became a trial attorney. And that's because I said yes to completely changing my career and education path after taking one single intro to law class as an elective during my senior year of my undergraduate studies. I changed it up. I decided to finish out my undergraduate degree in biochemistry and then go to law school, and I've now been practicing for almost 7 years. That choice truly was one of the hardest and scariest choices I've ever made in my life. It certainly wasn't carefully planned, and it wasn't playing it safe. My mom was the first person in our family to go to college, so the idea of law school seemed unreachable and unattainable. But I said yes to the opportunities and the possibilities, and it has truly been one of the greatest blessings of my life. As my story demonstrates, opportunities rarely announce themselves with perfect timing or complete clarity. They show up disguised as risk, as inconvenience, as uncertainty, as I'm not ready yet. Saying yes means stepping forward anyway. It means trusting that you can and will figure things out as you go. I know because you're all sitting here tonight that you already know how to say yes. Many of you did not arrive here tonight by following a straight path, but you said yes to enrolling in that first class, and you kept saying yes until you got here. You said yes to investing in yourself even when the outcome wasn't guaranteed. That same mindset will serve you long after today. So after you leave here tonight, I want you to keep saying yes. Say yes to the job that you're not sure you're qualified for. Say yes to learning a new skill, a new language, or a new hobby. Say yes to conversations with people who see the world differently than you. Say yes to growth, even when it's uncomfortable. Because every time you say yes, you expand your world just a little bit more. Now let's talk about everybody's favorite subject, failing. Failure has a terrible reputation. We treat failure like it's something to avoid, something to hide, something that defines us. Failure is absolutely not the opposite of success. It's part of it. If you commit to saying yes, you're committing to failing more often. That's not a flaw in the process, it's part of the process. This lesson was probably the hardest for me to learn, and it's one I still really struggle with sometimes. You will apply to jobs and you won't get them. You will try things that don't work. You will make decisions that in hindsight you would change. And all of that's okay, because every failure teaches you something. It shows you what doesn't work. It builds resilience. It sharpens your judgment. It reminds you that you are capable of getting back up. The people who achieve meaningful things are not the ones who avoid failure. They are the ones who embrace it and refuse to stop failing. They are not defined by those failures. I experienced this lesson firsthand during my time in law school. I was absolutely terrified of public speaking, and I decided to say yes and take evidence and trial practice, which meant that at the end of the semester, my partner and I had to put on a mock trial. And we, for some unknown reason, decided that it would be a good idea for me to do the most important part of the case, which was cross-examining the criminal defendant in the mock trial. We worked our butts off. We painstakingly planned the cross-examination, and I practiced and practiced and practiced some more for weeks before the trial. Finally, the day of the mock trial came. Everything was going great. It was my turn to do the cross-examination. I stepped up to the podium. I was so ready. I'd been practicing. I knew exactly what I had to do. I opened my mouth to start, and I completely froze. The only thing happening in my brain at that moment was white noise. There was no getting around it. At my request, my partner stepped in and did the cross-examination while I tried to hide behind counsel's table in shame. I was absolutely mortified because I had completely failed in front of my classmates, my professor, my family, and a sitting judge too. And you know what? I failed really hard, but I passed the class, got an A, and I learned a lot that day. I failed publicly, but I learned that it was okay to ask for help when you need it. I learned from that experience how to manage that white noise in my brain, and I dusted myself off, and I became a trial attorney, where I pretty much do that at least once a month. So, don't aim to avoid failure. Aim to fail forward. Aim to fail in ways that teach you something. Aim to fail in pursuit of something that matters to you. And most importantly, fail, and every time you do, get back up, dust off, keep going. Now here's where those two lessons come together. If you say yes more often, you will fail often. And if you fail often, you will learn often. And if you learn often, you will grow farther and faster than you ever thought possible. Graduates, you don't need to have everything figured out. In fact, you probably won't ever have it all figured out. None of us really ever truly do. All you need is the willingness to take the next step, even when the path isn't clear. Say yes to the next opportunity. Say yes to the next challenge. Say yes to becoming someone you dreamed of. And when you stumble, and you will, don't stop. Learn, adjust, keep going. Success is not a single moment. It's a series of decisions. It's built one yes at a time and one failure at a time. As you leave here today, remember this: your future and your successes will not be determined by how perfectly you perform, but by how boldly you participate. So after tonight, go out into the world, say yes, fail often, have an extraordinary life, and get out there and have some fun while you do it. Congratulations, class of 2026. The world is waiting for you, and it's a little bit brighter because you're in it.
Thank you, Ashley, for your words of wisdom for our graduates. Come, please accept this gift on our behalf. Next, I would like to ask Eloisa Tabbitt to come up to the podium to introduce our Phi Theta Kappa students.
Good evening, graduates. UNM Valencia hosts the Beta Theta Zeta chapter of Phi Theta Kappa, the International Two-Year Community College Honor Society. Members must have completed 12 credit hours at UNM Valencia with at least a 3.5 GPA. If you are a Phi Theta Kappa student, please stand to be recognized. Thank you.
Thank you, Eloisa. One of the distinctions of our graduates is that many of you here today are the first in your families to graduate from college. We are proud to have supported you through that process from application to completion. If you are a first-generation college graduate, the first in your family to receive a degree or certificate, would you please stand to be recognized at this time? Thank you. Next, if you are a high school student who is receiving a certificate or associate's degree, please stand so that we can recognize you. Excellent. Next, if you participated in Upward Bound in high school, were a TRIO student, or received a scholarship this year, please stand so we can recognize you. Thank you so much. At this time, I would like to invite Armando Bustamante to the podium to introduce our valedictorian.
I would like to recognize this year's valedictorian, Nathaniel Everett. Nathaniel is receiving his Associates of Arts in Liberal Arts today. An achievement that reflects not only academic excellence, but also dedication, resilience, and perseverance. In addition to his accomplishments in the classroom, Nathaniel has proudly served our country as a veteran, bringing leadership, discipline, and commitment to both his education and his community. Nathaniel, would you please come to this podium to address your class? You haven't seen it yet, so this is what we got.
This is beautiful. Appreciate this. Thank you.
I have to adjust this here, a little tall, but okay. Class of 2026, how you doing? Come on, come on. I see some smiles. All right. So, first off, I definitely want to thank the guys over here. They're keeping us safe, the security. So, round of applause for the security. Thank you so much. I have a friend that couldn't be here tonight. He's in the hospital and everything, so he's watching online. He's a student of ours in my photography class. Chris, I know you watching, so hey, Chris. First, I want to extend my deepest gratitude to our chancellor, Dr. Musselwhite. Thank you so much. Distinguished guests, faculty, thank you for giving me the opportunity. Mr. Burgess, you're the man. Simply put, you are the man. Without you, this process would not happen. Like, you've helped me tremendously throughout this entire thing. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. Mr. Bustamante, it's a profound honor to stand up here tonight and represent the incredible, resilient student body that we have here sitting tonight before us. These are tremendous students, so there's going to be more to come. All right. Those watching online, like I said, my parents, my sister, family, friends. I have some Army buddies, so please be nice in the comments on the YouTube. You can laugh at that. I'm not really a comedian, but I try. All right. So I thank my parents and everybody. So now my incredible wife, which is sitting right here. She's been through me through everything. After the Army. Yes, thank you, thank you. She's been through a lot with me. So we're gonna get a little bit further into that. So my amazing kids, my adult kids. Believe it or not, I have a 24-year-old. So 23-year-old. I'm sorry. I have two other children. My firstborn, she was born while I was in Iraq, so I didn't get to see her birth. My second one was born, and I left a month later again for Iraq. My third one was born, and I had a little bit of time with him before I was shipped off to Afghanistan. So they knew me being gone, essentially. It was tough for them, and they were resilient, so I really thank them. They're not here, but they're watching online, hopefully. So thank you to my kids. And lastly, I would be failed to remiss if I didn't recognize each and every one of you out there. You guys made an accomplishment. You should be proud of yourself. You should be smiling, enthusiastic. You know, like imagine, you know, I'm the tattoo guy. I'm your valedictorian. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? All right, you can laugh at that one too. Okay, and now I was told to keep the speech a little on the low end and everything, and I apologize if I go over the time limit and everything, but you know, there's a lot of things that I would love to say, and you know, I really want to motivate and just drive each and every one of you. And you can reach out to me. My name is on the pamphlet, so if you ever need anybody to push you in the right direction, contact me, please. Please do. All right? So I kind of have to get rid of this speech because it's a little long, so we're just going to have to put this one right here, all right? So like I said, made some edits, but in all seriousness, I was a two-time high school dropout. I didn't really have any ambition. I had to find myself in the Army. I served 14 years in the Army, got medically retired in 2015. I've been through 15 surgeries since I got out of the Army, to include a spinal cord stimulator implant, spinal fusion, multiple knee surgeries, multiple foot surgeries, and I'm here. I am here. I've done this throughout my entire education. And let me be that example that when you hit that low point, that low spot, and you don't think you can, remember me. You can. You can. You have that in me. All right? I already talked about the tattoo guy being a valedictorian. So, you know, I woke up this morning and it was kind of surreal. Don't mind me while I take a drink. I'm an early riser, so at 5:30, I was up this morning. I was staying outside. It was just a beautiful morning. I was taking it all in. I wasn't thinking about this. I wasn't thinking about the speech. I was thinking about y'all. I was thinking about where your next steps are and everything. So where are you guys at? You guys know where you want to go? Because if you don't,
That's fine. You have time to reinvent yourself. Reinvent yourself multiple times if you have to. That's perfectly fine. I've had to reinvent myself countless times. I was field artillery in the Army. That's not really a good position out here on the civilian side. I could do avalanche control. So do something with yourself, do something with your career. And if you have to change yourself over and over, so be it. Do it for you. Don't listen to anybody. Do it for you. All right. Lastly, I transferred here from CNM. I was at CNM a couple years back, and I was attacked by, well, it wasn't a student. It was more likely, I think, a homeless man on campus. I was outside having a cigarette on Lead Avenue. And my building was like right there where that entrance is. Excuse me. I was just on my phone, minding my own business. And again, my Army wherewithal, it just alerted. I seen a guy coming down the sidewalk. He had his shirt over his head, and it alerted me. He got within like really close distance, and it just my alarms. He got within striking distance, and something told me to jump. Instincts, listen to him. I jumped. He made contact with my book bag, my notebook, and my upper back. I didn't have to get any stitches, but I got cut. So always be aware of your surroundings and just be safe out there, all right? I really wish you all the best. I really hope to see you all in the future. I really want to come back here and be a professor. So again, my name is on the pamphlet. If you need that motivation, reach out to me, all right? Thank you.
Daniel, we have a little gift for you.
All right, now I would like to ask Dr. Andishay Dadashi, Assistant Professor of Computer Science and our Faculty Assembly President, to come to the podium to present our Teaching Excellence Awards.
So, the Excellence in Teaching Awards recognize outstanding work being done in the classroom by our faculty. These awards are determined by student voting as compiled by student government officers. This year's awards go to full-time faculty, Dr. Anissa Cox. I think we should take a picture. We have another full-time faculty, Dr. Tammy Duncan Teller. Our part-time faculty, Anna Rotti. We have one more part-time faculty, Margie Zamora. Oops. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you so much. All right, it's time, graduates. This evening, we will be conferring upon you a degree or a certificate. This accomplishment has come as a result of long hours of work and will constitute the foundation for the rest of your educational and professional careers. You and your families should all be very proud. I would like to welcome Professor Dominique Rodriguez to the podium to present the candidates and their degrees. When Professor Rodriguez states your name and your degree, please take your degree from your division chair, shake hands with the platform party before you exit the stage.
Good evening. Would Melinda Schwartz, Chair of the Division of Business and Industrial Technologies, please join me at the podium? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Business Administration please stand and approach the podium? Musad R.J.Y.M. Al-Ramaydin. Emily Aragon. Yvonne Contreras with honors PTK Trio. Samantha Dodd with honors. Rhoda Rivera Ross with honors PTK and Trio. Jonathan Trujillo with honors. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Game Design and Simulation please stand and approach the podium? Jacob Gerard Friedenstein. Alejandro Landavaso with honors. Connor McAfee. Samantha Miller. Will the candidates for the Certificate of Welding Technology please stand and approach the podium? Aiden Farless. Athena Garcia. Bryce Henry. Ethan Huckabee. Lakai Lucero. Santino Mares. Marisa Ruiz. Abraham Cisneros. Jovan Suarez. Dominic Trujillo. Joseph Valdez. Erasmo Velázquez. Thank you. Would Jonathan Sims, Assistant Professor of Film and Digital Arts, please join me at the podium? Will the candidate for the degree of Associate of Applied Science in Film and Digital Arts please stand and approach the podium? Ever Rodriguez with honors trio. Would Anna June, Chair of the Division of Humanities, please join me at the podium? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Liberal Arts please stand and approach the podium? Nathaniel Everett, valedictorian with honors and PTK. Kayla Carrillo, trio. Katia Robles. Noah Burton. Alondra Carmona with honors. Angelina Garcia. Daryl Garcia with honors. Lee Ann Sierra with honors, PTK. Okay. Would Andy Taylor, Chair of the Division of Mathematics, Engineering, and Computer Science, please join me at the podium? Will the candidate for the degree of Associate of Science in Pre-Engineering please stand and approach the podium? Thank you. Jonathan Salazar with honors, PTK. Would Dr. Tammy Duncan Teller, Associate Professor of Biology, please join me at the podium? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Science in General Science please stand and approach the podium? Tiana Maestas with honors. Aisha Moya. Will the candidates for the certificate in medical biotechnology please stand and approach the podium? Celestina Shirley. Rosa Cisneros Jimenez. Would Dr. Julia So, Professor of Sociology, please join me at the podium? Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Criminology please stand and approach the podium? Christina Petter with honors. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Criminal Justice please stand and approach the podium? Joshua Anzures. Dominic Rascon. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Arts in Early Childhood Education please stand and approach the podium? Summer Sice. Irene Worley, PTK and Trio. Will the candidate for the degree of Associate of Arts in Education please stand and approach the podium? All right. Will the candidates for the degree of Associate of Integrative Studies please stand and approach the podium? Alyssa Garcia. Ashley Hidalgo. Kayla Jaramillo. Isaac Lopez. Maria Lucero. With honors. Chelsea McDarg. Maria Reina Miranda Cordova with Trio. Sandra Morales with honors. Mika Olivas with honors.
All right. Will the candidates please rise? By the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Education, please take your tassel, currently on the right side of your mortarboard, and move it to the left side. Ladies and gentlemen, the UNM Valencia class of 2026. Be seated. Be seated. All right, graduates, we encourage you to seize every opportunity to continue learning as you move along your pathway. Whether you are headed into the workforce or to a higher degree, remember UNM Valencia as your home. Also, never forget the encouragement that you have received from your support systems who helped you along when you needed it. They encouraged you in the difficult times and celebrated you in all of your successes. Please give them a round of applause. I want to express my sincere thanks to our faculty, staff, and student workers who helped put this event together.